Hello beautiful ones, and welcome to the current energy reading for Divine Lovers, for Twin Flames, for the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine. Just quickly, when I speak of the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine, it is of course whichever one you identify with, and it also represents that side within you, because we all have both masculine and feminine, the yin and yang. And yeah, it's all about trying to get that in balance and understand those energies. That's why we're here. And saying that's quite interesting. The cards at first surprised me a bit, but then after a few moments they didn't. I can't. There's not a lot of what's the word? I can't differentiate so far between the masculine and feminine energies. They're very much on a similar level, which is quite interesting, and I'm curious what's that about. So let's dive into it. Interesting. There's two cards that are water. So this is the one I picked for the Divine Masculine. It is the Moon on the Water. They're all beautiful cards, the Wildwood Tarot, but this one is quite exceptional. I don't think I picked this one before in these readings. I'll just put that down for a second and show you the Divine Feminine. For the Divine Feminine, we have the Seven of Vessels and Mourning. So extremely emotional cards here. Those are the energies, I'm sure you'll agree. Just the absolute depth being reached right now. It's not an easy time, kind of anyway, for anyone, but you know, the especially for Twin Flames. For Twin Flames it's never easy, but now we have like all this added pressure with the current state of the world. But it doesn't mean it's any less a time to concentrate on your path, on your dynamic, on your counterpart. If anything, it's a time to concentrate on it more. Yeah, there's just something about that. I'm just going to put this one down and start with the Divine Masculine card. So straight away, the book, I didn't know what this was. The book says this is a primal egg, and it's also May Day today, so happy Beltane. And this card is very much about fertility. There's a lot of fertility symbols in there. I won't go into all of them. So what's going on, guys? What are you up to? It does feel like, you know, a time when something is just about to happen. It could be the moment. You know, yeah. I mean, it's an egg. It can also represent. Water could represent the womb. You know, that moment just before a child is born, and it's that the mixed emotions isn't quite as strong enough as I, you know. The terror. It's that extreme joy at the thought of this, and also the extreme terror. You know, the contrast life and death, love and death, even the marriage of life and death, love and death, because they go hand in hand. This is life and death. This is more love and death, I think. Anyway, okay, it's that's And this is almost like, yeah, it could be like the hospital, and this is Dad in the background. I think for the, I mean, supposedly something like giving birth, fertility, pregnancy, birth is a female right, and supposedly something that comes quite natural, all these things, and I don't know, there's just, I am picking up on like a dad in a delivery room, like, you know, trying to kind of understand what she's going through, what she's feeling, thinking, oh my God, like, you know, how am I going to, you know, he's thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do when the baby's born? How am I going to look after it? How am I going to feed it? Am I making enough money to provide it what it needs that way? Thinking of things like 20 years in the future. There's like a dad or masculine kind of doing that. It could be someone literally going through that right now. But that's, yeah, that's the kind of imagery that's coming to mind. But there is a sense of because the divine masculine is becoming much more in tune with the sacred feminine. I don't know whether it's an idea, a belief. There is something about fertilization, conception, and the magic of that. I mean, creation, procreation, you know, that's the most powerful magic kind of that we have. And that's, it can literally be him wanting to impregnate his divine feminine. There could be that. And he could be, it could be dreaming. Yeah, this is kind of dreamy card. It's nighttime. It's the unconscious, but it's also the unconscious becoming the conscious. It's the yeah, as we love to say our favorite saying, the 5D becoming the 3D. There is that. Yeah, it's about union and merging and all that. It's about a shift in realities. But, you know, I like to, you know, I get all this imagery, but I also like to kind of, you know, masculine energy is also very to the point. Yeah, it could literally be about, he's the horny bull, and he wants to, he doesn't know how he's going to get there. There's kind of no clear path, but he's going to find her, because that's what the masculine does. He figures out, he's a problem solver, how to get to where he needs to go, and he has to navigate in quite an intuitive way how to find her, how to tune into her, and to find the path to her, so he can give her one, and he can find his mates. And there was something else I was going to say, that about intuition. The divine masculine may be dreaming a lot at the moment, and I feel he's paying attention to that, and kind of maybe even interpreting or taking a lot of notes. Yeah, as much as the divine masculine is much more in tune, and it's not just about being in tune, it's about being comfortable and understanding his more feminine side. For example, things like like intuition, emotions, making decisions from the heart, that sort of thing. He's still a man. He still likes things to be at times black and white. He appreciates directness and you know, kind of saying it like it is, and he likes to, yeah, there's a bit yeah, so saying like it is fine. Sometimes there's no need to kind of beat around the bush. So in regards to communication, ladies, divine feminines, yeah, sometimes this this whole mystery is all very exciting, as much as it is frustrating. If ever there's opportunity just to be direct and say it like it is, grab those opportunities, grab the bull by the horns, because he appreciates that, and he needs I guess clarification, and what's the other word of clarification? But I guess validation in a way as well. That's that what he's picking up, what he's feeling, what he's thinking, whether it's if it's psychically, whatever he's tuning into now. He also needs just as much, if not more, clarification that what he's experiencing is he's not, you know, he's not crazy or whatever. That he is tuning into his feminine, or whatever it is in that sphere. He needs clarification, possibly even more than we do, because most of the time we do have a little bit more confidence in that. So in any way you can do that, in any way you can communicate, keep those channels open, keep the conversation flowing, keep your light shining as a beacon for him. Keep your confidence up. Keep your pecker up, ladies. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, now I was going to say something else. It's gone. Where's it gone? There is something about communication here as well, and that gap is being kind of closed in. I'm getting like sending a DM to your DM. This can apply to either. I don't think it's necessarily just for the divine masculine to reach out. If there is an opportunity to communicate in a different way, perhaps, you know, the new frontier is a 3D message. If it feels right, I kind of feel might be the time for something. I don't know, just in a kind of short little message. Doesn't have to be a huge 50-page letter, explaining you're my counterpart and this and that and that, and if it feels right, go for it. But it just doesn't feel like the right time in 3D to completely open up yet. It still feels like it just needs to, you know, it's so close though. It's like this birth is so close. It's the preparation is going on. Before he was out at the hospital pacing the corridors, he was at home, you know, painting the nursery, building the furniture, checking the house, making sure everything, baby's safe, getting that imagery as well. It's taking a lot of pride in that, but still not. I still get the imagery of like a group of women all together chatting, you know, about the birth and, you know, sharing their stories. Again, this is just a symbolism. It's about it's the birth of something beautiful. Hopefully, for us, it's union. But it can, yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense a lot. You know, the way women communicate or chatting about every little detail. I know, yeah, when it happened to me, I experienced like this. But and then the dad's still like kind of in the background, just kind of listening in, going, oh, I wish I could join that conversation. That's like something I would really like to talk about. But it's like it's like women's business. There's still that kind of feeling, but he's taking so much information on board, but still keeping quite silent about it. But he's paying so much attention. His ears and eyes are open, very much. And unfortunately, with silence, especially in males, that can be misconstrued in different ways. Can also be kind of not knowing what to say, can be feeling overwhelmed. Someone has sent a message. Not picking up too much, whether it's divine masculine, divine feminine. I think if you connect to that, I think you'll know who it is. And there's been silence from that person, and just get the feeling it's not about that they're ignoring you, is that they're quite overwhelmed by this and don't know what to say, and would rather wait until they've had time to think and say the correct thing. So don't lose heart. And yeah, if you are going to reach out in any way, just have you know what, I trust you're all doing the right thing. Just have that bit of confidence, because if you're expecting like an instant response and it to be exactly what you want to hear, then that could lead to a bit of disappointment. That's a message for someone out there. We're almost running out of time, and I didn't perhaps that's the divine feminine. This is the womb energy. I may not even need to go into this one. There is a lot of there is the depths of emotions being reached that haven't been reached for a long time. There's a lot of like an emotional awakening it is, and just having to face things, and them not being as frightening as you first thought, because you have the support there. Dad's there holding your hand while you're wailing. You know, you're in this pain. He's there. He's supporting you, so you can. So don't be afraid of just letting it all out. It's necessary for your union. You need to. It is very much up to the feminine to experience this, and she's feeling very vulnerable. Again, the image, she's in the hospital on the table with her legs like wide open, with these strangers looking looking at her vagina, and it's all bleeding, and I haven't given birth, so this is just the images I'm getting, but I can imagine it's the most vulnerable you would ever, you know, ever feel in your life, and that contrast between probably being absolutely terrified and never feeling so much joy in your life than when you hold your child. Yeah, so just let it all out, ladies. That's what I need to tell you. And he may be standing there, you know, with his firm hand in silent, but when you're wailing and screaming and cursing and calling him all the names under the sun for what he's done to you, but I'm assuming that you feel, well, I hope you feel that support, from him, and it doesn't mean that he doesn't feel the pain is, or whether it's physical or emotional or whatever it is, because you are linked. You are, you know, you do you do experience these things. It's not just about him being in tune with his feminine side, or whatever. As amazing as it is, it's you are twin souls. You do experience these things. Whatever the other is experiencing, you experience the same. And I hope that resonates with you. I think I'm just going to leave it there. It's been really interesting tonight. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to go, but it does make some sense to me. And I will be doing an extended, which will focus on more the sacred sexual side of the dynamic. So I hope to catch you in that video. Of course, I don't know what I was going to say. Of course, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. That's what I was going to say. Take care.